Joining us now to talk more about the military's handling of this video is Major Mike Lyons. Mike, good morning to you.
Good morning, Terrell.
You served in and retired from the military. When you see these pictures, what do you think?
I was sad, but really not surprised. Unfortunately, we dehumanized the enemy at this point. It went way too far. Two war crimes were committed here. You had the crime of the act itself, and then you had the crime of filming it. I really was not happy to see these Marines who knew that this kind of situation will cause the Taliban to recruit more soldiers to come back and shoot American soldiers and Marines going down the road.
Some would ask, these are men, albeit what age, that are trained with the highest duty and honor to country and to self and to the job that they're doing. How does this happen?
Yeah, they knew that this was going to be bad and it was going to be wrong. I think what happens is groupthink takes place, and the five of them get together, the 4 or 5 of them get together, they think it's a good idea, and all it would have taken is one of them to say, look, this is not good, we need to stop this right now and do the right thing. You know, commanders they stay up at night thinking about their units, making sure they don't do these kinds of things, and I think it doesn't speak well to the climate and the command structure of that Marine Corps unit.
Defense Secretary Leon Panetta called President Karzai, ensured that there would be a full investigation. Is that enough?
Yeah, they're going to have to do more than that. I think these individuals, like for example, we know they're not in Afghanistan anymore. 2 of them have been located. The other 2, if they're not on active duty, they're going to be thinking about bringing them on active duty to court-martial them. I think we're going to probably prosecute them to the highest degree as possible, and I think you'll see very intense penalties if they're convicted.
What kind of penalties are we talking about? What are we looking at?
Prison terms. I mean, this is you violate the Geneva Convention like you do at this point in time. This kind of desecration has to be punished immediately, and you have to send a very stark signal that this is not good.
Damage control already taking place right now at the Pentagon. Will we see retaliation against the U.S.?
That's a concern. We say the Taliban has said that they won't use it in part of their negotiations, but what will happen is on the ground. It's the soldier that will be committed and recruited now to train and fight against Americans and Marines, and that's the sad thing.
Abu Ghraib was mentioned in Terra Mergener's piece back in 2004, military police in Iraq, taking pictures of abuse happening there. Is this on the same scale, or is it worse?
It's similar. The fact that they took the pictures, they got out thinking that they would learn. It's General Order number 1 in country about violating and desecrating the enemy at this point in time. So I'm just really surprised that we see the same thing happen again.
And before we go here, I think the obvious question is, what does this mean for the image of the United States in the Middle East after this happens? But the even bigger question, what does this mean for U.S. troops and the image around the world? Yeah,
it hurts our legitimacy. I think that's a real concern at this point, to understand that U.S. forces usually mean peace and stability. We ask too much of our soldiers and Marines. We ask them to be warfighters and peacekeepers, and I think these are the kind of things that happen when we do that.
Major Mike Lyons joining us with some insight this morning. Mike, appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Terrell.